Yes now, bless now. Don't forget the rest now, people. Dezrocksteady at King of the Pit TV. That's KOTP TV. I'm stuck in traffic, so I thought I'd drop a little review, a little rating. I was intending on doing it regardless, but you know, sometimes it's better when you've got a little bit more space to think instead of dipping and diving through alt motors. But here we are. Got no better to do at this moment. Suicidal Tendencies, yeah? The debut, the self-titled. We've listened to it on this channel by now. The videos are up, so if you want to see my song by song listen through, more or less a first time reaction, aside a couple of tunes, just access it on the channel. It's all good for you to go. Listen back to it so I could have a, you know, a refreshed state of mind, perspective, and, you know, potentially pick up a couple of things I didn't on the first run around. I think it's good. It's a good record. It's a good record. It's good hardcore punk. It is hardcore punk. You can hear the metal coming through. You can hear the roots of what's to come. I mean, I don't know too much about the evolution of Suicidal at this point. I know they become a thrash metal band, but I've heard not institutionalized. I've heard Suicidal Tendencies self-titled, and now I've also heard Join the Army, the second record by Suicidal. Bloody hell. I'll tell you what's problematic, people. Alt students are moving this weekend, and I'm stuck dead in the student area, so it's just absolutely rammo. But yeah. I've listened to Join the Army, so I've had a taste of the energy that's to come, if not more so, because people have been telling me that I've got a great string of records ahead of me, and my mate says, yeah, the first two records, you're still looking at hardcore records. From there on, it becomes a metal band. And I know there's always going to be that punk rock influence, but I think we're really going into metal central. Just by the length of the songs, I can see that coming. So I digress, people. We're getting back onto the self-titled. It was put out in '83, from what I'm aware, and I will align it with the Dead Kennedys' Fresh Fruit record, even the Bad Brains self-titled, in the way that it's a hardcore band, it's a punk band, but they have a craft, they have a sound that is leagues above and beyond the sloppy lack of care that you get with the true hardcore punk, you know, pioneers and foundation of the early 80s. They definitely were better musicians. They had a better approach, and for the most part, they're playing 3 chords fast, whilst the drummer just plays fast alongside, and you'll have Mike just screaming atop of it. But it's all very composed. It's all very tight, and it's all very legitimate. It's great musicianship, great craft, and the production value works. The production isn't cheap. It sounds good. It sounds really good. You can hear that they are good songwriters as well. Now, I don't know if Mike was purely behind the lyrical content, but he could put a song together. He could put great rhyming schemes in place. He wasn't missing out and fluffing up times when he could get a great hook in there. There's plenty of great hooks. You listen to Institutionalized. You listen to I Saw Your Mummy. You listen to, what was the other one? I don't know the name of the track, Subliminal or Subliminally. Da, 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 da. Instrumentally, aside from the guitar solos and whatnot, relatively basic, but the way they performed on that record was incredibly tight. Lyrically, they were creating hooks and making it above and beyond a punk rock band. Great songs. Got an ambulance coming up here, people. Don't know how I'm dealing with this one. The roads are absolutely rammo. Couple of ambulances here, to be fair, people, so you get a little bit of drama along with your review. And yeah, that's it. We got fast. It is a hardcore punk record, but just by the clarity of the sound, the songwriting value, and you know, your lead guitars and your guitar tones and such, you can tell that there is a tinge of metal in there. It is crossover from the get-go. Now, crossover and thrash metal is a broad spectrum. People tend to either think it's just metal for metal's sake, but that's not the case. If you go to like more so local, because these bands don't blow up really, if you go to like local crusty DIY hardcore events, you will get crossover bands which are so far deep in the punk rock side of things that it'll be very faint, but it will exist. I seen a band called Crippled Fox, yeah, and that'd be a good representative. You know what I mean? These bands are coming up with blazing 40-second, what could be hardcore numbers, but there's just this remnant of early crossover thrash, you know what I mean? The whole dealing with it DRI side of things, and this band sums that up. And I'm a big fan. So as far as rating is concerned, I got a guy here with a Hell Ripper t-shirt. Is anybody aware of that band? As far as rating is concerned, I'm going to give it 2 ratings. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10, generally speaking. But as far as rootsy hardcore punk is concerned, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 because it stands out, and let's be real, the record is a lot better than most of the hardcore you got at that roots level. Very well done, very well done. So I'm going to keep it moving, people. I'm going to do a little review of Join the Army next, so keep your eyes peeled. I'm signing out. One love.